Today I'm going to be presenting on Australia. The capital of Australia is Canberra. Australia is located between the Indian Ocean and the South Pacific Ocean. There's also Tasmania, which is an island state, and this is about 150 miles south. The Australian flag is blue, and it's the flag of the United Kingdom with a Commonwealth of Federation star, and the Federation star represents the Federation of the Colonies, and that was in 1901. I chose Australia because I was given the opportunity to go to Norway with Children's International Summer Village when I was younger with 4 kids from every country for a month, and when we were over there we became friends with Australians, and I've always wanted to visit there. The population for Australia is 23,470,145, so 23,470,145. This is a map that shows the density of population. The most common language is English for 72.7%, Mandarin, and then Arabic. For the ethnic groups, the English actually has 25.9%, and then for Australian, for the ethnic groups, it's 25.4%. There's also Irish, Scottish, Italian, German, Chinese, Indian, Greek, Dutch, Aboriginal, and then unspecified for the ethnic groups. For the national monuments in Australia, there is Uluru, which is known as Ayers Rock, and this is a sandstone monument. This is a picture of Wolf Creek Crater, which is the remnants of a meteor strike. And another national monument is the Australian War Memorial. That is the national monument in honor of all military personnel in Australia. For the major religions, Protestant is 23.1%, Roman Catholic 22.6%, and there's also Muslim, Buddhist, Orthodox, and Hindu. The political system in Australia, it's a monarchy. Queen Elizabeth II is the chief of state. There's also a Governor General and a Prime Minister. The Queen Elizabeth is represented by the General Governor, which is David Hurley, and the Prime Minister is Scott Morrison. The legislative branch consists of the Governor General, the Senate, and the House of Representatives. For the legal system, there is a judicial branch, and then the legal system in Australia is a common law system. For the gross domestic product, as of 2017, it was 1.248 trillion, and the gross domestic product per capita was 50,400. The Australian dollar is Australia's currency. That's a picture in the background. There's a very low political risk in Australia. The economic risk is low. The financial system risk is very low. The stable regulatory environment makes Australia a good country for direct foreign investment. The CRT is a level 1, and this means that they have an expectable legal system, business infrastructure, and legal system. Australians value punctuality. It is disrespectful to be late. They try to keep a schedule when they're working. There's less hierarchy in the workplace. They're more oriented on the team instead of the individual. A common work week in Australia is 40 hours per week. For some of the business practices in Sydney, they would wear conservative dress. The men would want to wear a dark suit, and the women wear either a dress or a business suit. And then when they are doing their business speeches, there is usually an element of humor. For the manners and customs, if offering gifts is not a part of the business etiquette, however, if someone presents a gift, they are allowed to receive it. And then if you're going to have a business card, you would want that at the introduction. For body language, usually when the Australians are talking, they usually keep one arm's length apart. And then if you're speaking to an older Aboriginal, it is disrespectful to look them in the eye. For some of the art of Australia, the most common tourist destination is the Sydney Opera House. This is in New South Wales. The Sydney Opera House is home to artists and performers. It was designed by Jorn Utzon. Another type of art for Australia is the Corroboree. This is an Aboriginal dance, and it is defined as a nocturnal event with songs and dances. Recently in the news for 2019, BBC reported that two professors, an American, Kevin King, and an Australian, Timothy Weeks, were released by the Taliban, Afghan Taliban, in exchange for 3 senior fighters. These people were kidnapped near the American University of Afghanistan, and they were held there for 3 years before their release. That is my